Your America series, I mean, it's beyond funny. How did you manage to get permission from the States to actually ship over a British taxi and drive it across the U.S.?
Actually, we cheated because we knew the British press being what they were. They would think that the expense of shipping a British taxi to the United States on the BBC would be an outrage for the BBC because it's a state-owned organisation. So, in fact, you may notice it's a left-hand drive. The steering wheel's on the left, as you oddly do in this country, and it belonged to a Chicago fish and chip shop. Who had bought it as a sort of kind of advert, you know, that they would drive drunken customers home in it, or also they would just drive it around town. You could hire it, and it had Union Jack on it and the address in the place. So we asked if we could respray it and fly it to down east, as they say, which is the very top east of Maine, where we started. And the idea struck me literally while having a conversation with the BBC executive, and they were saying, you should do something in America. I think there's a very good sort of contrast between your tweediness in America. And I said, I don't want to do anything kind of cynical or sneery or do that usual thing of being there you are in a red Mustang going along Route 66, or all that sort of stuff with road shots of armadillos going along there. I said, a thing that's always occurred to me about America that seems to occur so little to Americans themselves, it is the United States of America. There are 50 of these states, and they're all different. And most of the members of those states really feel their membership of that state. And most of us don't really know what they're like. Now, as New Yorkers, of course, New York is New York. Most of you probably weren't born in New York, but you become a New Yorker. In the same way as you become a Londoner, you become a Parisian. You go to a metropolis. That's what a metropolis is. It's a central city, metropolis. But if you're a Mainer, if you're from Tennessee, if you're a South Dakotan, that's identity. It really is part of your identity. It's a strong part. And even with, my good friend, I think the best talk host America's ever had, Dick Cavett, is a Nebraskan, and he's still, because he still thinks of himself as a Nebraskan. He's proud to be a Nebraskan. He can reel off a list of all the famous Nebraskans, from Warren Buffett downwards, so I just thought it'd be more fun to see the United States of America than to go to the obvious places.